All right, friends and students. So we'll discuss one more important topic of power electronics today. So we will discuss about switch mode power supply, very important power supply, which is almost used in all the equipments. Okay, it is used everywhere. So we will discuss about that. What are the important things, and later on, on the coming time, I will show you the power supply. What are the typical mistakes and what are the typical problems and how to resolve those problems. We'll discuss. So first of all, let's understand what is SMPS. So SMPS is a switch mode power supply, right? So the definition part you have to understand. First of all, it's a power supply, okay, which works on a switching mode principle. That's why we call it as a switch mode power supply. It is an efficient power supply conversion device that regulates output voltage or current by switching components like transistor on and off rapidly. So you have to understand the very important part in SMPS is a switching transistor, which will switch on and off, right, with a very high frequency, correct? So that is the simplest way to understand the switch mode power supply. That is a transistor which switches with a high frequency, very fast on and off, right? So on right hand side, you can see I have made a block diagram. On left hand side, we'll try to understand this. So first, AC in supply is given, and that is standard frequency. What is standard frequency? The standard frequency is approximately 220 volts. 50 hertz is our standard frequency. That is 50 hertz AC supply is given. First of all, first it is given to the first section that is called as a rectifier section, right? Which converts AC to DC. We have already discussed in the power supply section. And the second one is filter. So whatever the DC is converted, we have to filter it out. That means some AC portion or some noise will be there. So that to remove that noise, we will use some filter capacitor, especially electrolytic filter capacitor. The next comes high frequency switch. Typically, MOSFETs or IGBTs are used. Sometimes the transistor also are used. So MOSFETs or IGBT, which are rapidly switch the device on and off. Why? Their basic, this thing, why MOSFETs and IGBT, we have already discussed in the class previously, because they are preferred high voltage and high current device. Comes the next, it goes to, after frequency, it goes to the step down transformer. And after step down transformer, again it is rectified. That means with the help of a diode, it's rectified, filtered again, and output is given. Please remember the step down transformer here. It is also called as flyback transformer, right? So the main important part here for switching purpose, that is before transformer, the switching purpose, we have a switching transistor. For switching transistor, we need a pulse width modulation control circuit or frequency. That is on-off circuit we have to give to the base of or gate of the SMPS transistor. Okay. So for that, we need a feedback circuit or loop circuit, or we call it PWM control circuits. We call it as a control circuit. Okay. So control circuit is connected to the feedback circuit that is coming from the output. It is coming from the output with the help of optocoupler or opto oscillator. It is connected to the PWM control circuits, and it is given it works like a feedback path. So this is the basic principle of basic of SMPS you have to understand, and why it is important, how to repair that we will just see now. Now, first of all, where we use this, why it is important. We used almost in all the appliances. Let it be industrial applications, consumer electronics, computer, medical device, telecommunication device. So almost every aspect or every field is covered in here, right? Why we use it? What is the advantage of using SMPS? smaller in size, lighter in weight, like your mobile phone chargers. They are very light, no? Fast chargers, mobile phone chargers, you can see here, I have given a diagram. So there also inside we use a SMPS circuit. So better power efficiency of around 60 to 70%. Efficiency is very good. Power efficiency. That is the main reason. Strong anti-interference. That is, interference is very, very less, you can say. Wide range of output. You have different outputs. You can get different output, 5, 12, 24, or whatever output you want, you can take it from that. And produces less heat. So where do we use it? So say, first of all, I'm just putting my cursor over here. You can see this is your TV power supply. Your LED, LCD TVs, they will have a power supply like this. That is also SMPS. This is your mobile phone charger. That is your charger, which charges the battery of your mobile phone, right? That is also SMPS. This is on the corner here, top on the right side. You will see a laptop charger. On the bottom, on the left-hand side, you can see a desktop computer box. That is also SMPS, we call it as, right? It is also SMPS, which runs the desktop computer. And there is on the right-hand side for industrial devices, so many industrial devices, we use different type of SMPS. So I've just shown you that where it is used and why it is used. Now we will do some practical related to this. I will show you on what to check and what are the different things you have to. All right, friends and students. So I'm showing you in this video, we will have kept some boards over here. You can see I've kept some boards over here. That is all PCB, assembled PCB boards. So I will just tell you one by one what are these boards. So these are all SMPS, okay? Different type of SMPS boards, okay? That is, it is from working boards. This is from TV and adapter of a laptop charger. This type of boards you will find in TV as well as adapter. What TV? LCD, LED TVs. These are these are two boards are your mobile phone charger boards. This is from Samsung company and some of the other company probably. And this is a little lesser side, or this board is used in LED bulbs like drivers, right? Okay, there also we use the same circuit, that is SMPS circuit. Okay, LED driver from a good company. So all these boards I'm just trying to show it to you. I'm just showing it to you. So I will just tell you what are the important parts in this that you have to understand first. So you can see here where first how you will identify from where you will start if some boards are come to repair and all. So first of all, you have to identify where the AC comes first. AC. So suppose these are the AC terminals. Here it is written AC1 and AC2. You can find here AC1 and AC2. These two terminals you are identifying. So you have to follow there. First of all, you will follow what is connected to that AC terminal. That is fuse and some coil is there, inductor coil, right? Fuse. So you have to check the fuse. Here in some cases, in this case, it will be given there is a resistor given, right? These are the two AC terminals, right? A resistor is given. So you will check the resistor. How you will check the resistor? You put it on 2K range or 200 ohms range and check the resistor, whether it's working or not. So it is showing some resistance. That means the resistor is okay. Approximately it is 8 ohms or 10 ohms. Okay. So this is the resistor is good. The first part we have checked. So how you have to identify the AC point, and from there you have to identify whether the fusible resistor is there or a fuse is there. Okay, this is the fuse. Okay, this is the fuse. But in bigger this thing also you will have fuse. This is also fuse. Okay, so this fuse you have to check. Okay, so first part we have checked. Now second part is immediately after that you have to check the rectifier circuit. That is this bridge rectifier. Mostly the bridge rectifier will be given all the four diodes. All the four diodes you have to check. In a bridge, you have to check all the four diodes. So likewise, I am just checking. It is showing one resistance. Reverse it. Okay, no resistor. So this diode is okay, right? So likewise, you have to check all the four diodes. Okay, right. So what is this second part we have checked? After fuse or fusible resistor, we have checked the diodes. After diodes, what you have to check? The filters capacitor. These are the two filter capacitor. How you will identify filter capacitor? it will be written on the filter capacitor 400 volts. Here you can find it out. It's written 400 volts. I think it will be written for 4.7 microfarad. You can see 400 volts. Okay, 4.7 microfarad, 400 volts. So it will be written. So there are other capacitors also here on other side, but this capacitor are of low voltages, right? Like this one, this capacitor. This capacitor is of low voltage is very the supply voltage is very less. So it is written here 16 volts. 16 volts. Okay. So likewise, you have to check. So you can, how you will check the capacitor? Turn it around. Check the capacitor. I'm just putting it should show charging and discharging principle. Okay. You can it has to show charging and discharging. That means the capacitor is okay or not. Already we have discussed in other videos. So charging and discharging with the help of a multimeter, you can test it. Okay. One more thing I would like to show it to you. You physically, you can check the capacitor, but just by putting your hand on the top of it. If you found little bowl or little swollen on the this thing, immediately replace the capacitor. Okay. So this like this, you have to check the capacitor. Now, fourth important point, what we have to check is this transistor. Okay. You can see this transistor. It can be a transistor, it can be a MOSFET, or it can be IGBT, right? That is this thing you have to check. How you have to check it? Already we have discussed in the previous classes what you will do. Transformer usually doesn't fail. Okay. Secondary side, this diode and this capacitor, you can check it, but usually the problem doesn't come on the secondary side. The maximum problem I told you, if you are very familiar, that is how to check the diode and resistor and fuse and transistor. You can 90% the problems will be on this side. Let it be a bigger capacitor, bigger this thing also. Same thing. The fuse, bridge rectifier, mains filter, right? And there is a switching transistor which is connected. So you have to check all these things. So you will get the problem on this side. I just gave you idea how to check it, but you have to check it the same way. Let it be anything, because the basic principle and testing of SMPS will be same. I hope you understood this one.